safetyfm.com with Jay Allen. Changing safety cultures, one broadcast and one podcast at a time.
Welcome to Safety FM, where we talk about safety that's truly inspired by you. Hello, and welcome to Safety FM. This episode of the broadcast and the podcast is brought to you by Safety Focus Moment. They can help your organization obtain the safety culture that you've been looking for. For more information, go to safetyfocusmoment.com. Hello, and welcome to Safety FM. My name is Jay Allen, and I will be your safety manager and host throughout this podcast today, or broadcast, depending on where you're listening to us. Today we have a discussion with James Skipper Kendrick, president of Kendrick Global Enterprises, LLC. So before we go on with this episode today, it's very rare for us to go off the topic of safety, but I really wanted to emphasize this. So as you can imagine, before we start doing anything related to the podcast, we always do some kind of, background check, information check, see what's going on within the industry. So we had recently did some research on my name. And as we did the research on my name, then came up with Jay Allen as a country singer, which kind of threw us off and kind of chuckled about it for a little bit. Then we started taking a look at this particular country singer, and his name is Jay Allen, and he has a website called http-jayallenofficial-com. And there was a story, and there was a song. Now, as we took a look at this song, there was a song that was on there that was called Blank Stares. Now, this particular song, as we looked more and more into it, it was talking about his mom, and it was related to Alzheimer's disease. Now, Jay Allen is not affiliated to the show, and Jay Allen is not me, meaning the singer. I am a podcaster and broadcaster and a person that's involved with safety. But we listened to the song, and we were so moved by the song that we decided, hey, let's go ahead and reach out to Jay Allen, the country singer, and have a discussion real quick in regards of what we could do to assist, because the song is called Blank Stares. But what Jay has decided to do is that all of the proceeds for this song are going to go to fighting Alzheimer's disease. So what we asked if we could do, if it would be possible and have permission, of course, was to play Jay Allen's song on our podcast here today and reference onto our website, going to safetyfm.com, about how you can assist with this. So if you go to safetyfm.com, there'll be a couple of links. There'll be some links to Spotify in regards of you being able to listen to the song. There'll be a link to iTunes where you can purchase the song. And all the proceeds will go to Alzheimer's. And I thought it was just one of those things that it was very moving, very inspirational as I read it, and just kind of one of those odd moments in life where we were doing research and this actually came up. I know the song came out in late 2017, but I really believe that this is a song worth taking a listen to. Listen to it here for the next few minutes here on Safety FM. Right afterwards, we will go directly into the interview with James Skipper Kendrick. But I really thought that we should take a listen to the song, listen to the words, and try to help Jay Allen out at jayallenofficial.com and really help this disease that's there. Here's Jay Allen on Safety FM.
Oh, Jay, I just was wondering what you're doing, and I want to ask her. And to stay happy.
There's a voicemail that I keep. I listen to it just to hear you speak. Hey son, turns to silence just like that. No, I love you, all goodbye. Like you saw the phone in your hand and you didn't know why. It's crazy how you come and go so fast. Oh, how do I get you back? If I could only see the cracks you're slipping through. Wish I didn't feel so helpless when it comes to helping you. Hold on, So I keep holding on to every little memory made of you and me, every little glimpse of who you used to be. I know you're still in there, deep down somewhere. I swear I still see you between the blank stares. It's the first thing that I think about when I wake up and when I lay down. It's the last thing I feel crawling through my mind. I'm still trying to understand it, sitting next to you, holding your hand and hoping you won't fade away this time. Just stay a little while, please stay a little while. If I could only see the cracks you're slipping through. Wish I didn't feel so helpless when it comes to helping you. Hold on. So I keep holding on to every little memory made of you and me, every little glimpse of who you used to be. I know you're still in there, deep down somewhere. I swear I still see you between the blank stares. It's getting harder and harder to watch you disappear. Oh, you're falling farther and farther and leaving me in tears. If I could only see the cracks you're slipping through. Wish I didn't feel so helpless when it comes to helping you. Hold on, but I keep holding on. Every little memory made of you and me, every little glimpse of who you used to be. I know you're still in there, deep down somewhere. I swear I still see you. Yeah, I still see you between the blank stares, between the blank stares.
First off, welcome to the show. I do appreciate you taking the time today to cover information about safety with us here on Safety FM.
Well, thank you, Jay. It's glad to have the opportunity.
Well, Skipper, with you being on, I'd like to ask these questions right off the bat and really kind of get involved and have an understanding on how did you get involved in safety?
I got involved in safety a long, long time ago. While I was still in high school, a guidance counselor came up and asked me if I would like to go to camp for a week during the summer. Being a poor country boy, that was a relatively easy question to answer, yes, because that meant I got to get a week out of doing work and chores around the house and around the family for a week. I didn't ask any questions about what it was. Lo and behold, went to beautiful downtown Bunkie, Louisiana, and walked into a little group called the Louisiana Youth Safety Council, and wound up having a week-long excursion, understanding what safety is all about, primarily from a home perspective, automobile safety, not so much industrial. But it got me hooked, and from that went back to my school, Dutchtown High School. We formed a safety club and became the vice president of the safety club during my junior and senior year.
Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. That had such an impact at you at that age. How did it evolve from there? That was the kind of the first taste of safety. So what did you do? So you referenced you started the club when you came back. So how did you
came back, and we had a number of different projects, saw the benefit of those, and then was had college in the future. And when I went to college, I took a look and knew I wasn't going to be an engineer. I didn't like math. Didn't too much care for the sciences, but I saw this thing called industrial technology and had a lot of shop classes, looked interesting. And when I went in, there was an industrial technology degree that prepared you for life working in industry. And in going in, there were 3 areas of interest, or minors, they call them nowadays, that you could pursue. Number 1 was nuclear testing, non-destructive testing. The other was supervision and dealing with people. And the third was safety. And that seemed to be right up my alley, so I chose that path and got a degree in industrial technology from LSU.
When you all of a sudden acquire this your degree in safety, when did you start developing your definition of safety? Did you already have it after going and establishing the club, or was it once you had your degree, then all of a sudden you had your description of what safety meant to you?
Well, as most people, I think we get out of school with the quote-unquote knowledge, and we think we understand what it is. But when I got out and got my degree, there were no jobs in safety because it was in an era pre-OSHA. So I spent some time teaching industrial arts, high school shop teacher, and that's when I got my full appreciation of safety, because we were turning anywhere from 10-year-old to 15-year-old kids loose with power machinery that could cause serious harm. And there was only one instance where we had an injury in the shop, and this was because a student took a brand new joiner, removed the guard, and then knowingly ran his finger across the spinning guard. That kind of piqued my interest in not only you've got the rules to follow, but why don't some people follow the rules? And what can you do over and above? Just say that we provided a guard, OSHA says you have to have a guard, now do this. So it kind of set a tone for my first real job, which was that in a shipyard.
So now that this occurred, so you've seen your first injury, now all of a sudden you're going into the shipyard. What is now at this particular point in your career your definition of safety?
My definition of safety is making the numbers and don't get people hurt. But very quickly I realized I was brought in with the idea of reducing the numbers because I just wanted a job, and maybe I didn't do such a good job of looking at the company before we went in. But when we did go in, found out that there was an average of 1 recordable case and 1 workers' compensation case per person per year over the last 3 years. So I had a fairly fertile ground of opportunity to be able to get started with. But I think the thing that really set the tone for everything else was after about 6 months being there and doing some things, I got a call one night at the house and watching Johnny Carson that a gentleman had fallen off of the dry dock doing some repair in a work flat, and they had not been able to find him. There's a long story that goes along with it, but when we got there, the gentleman had drowned as a result of not having a life jacket on and not having handrails up. We paid a healthy fine to the agency for those 2, which again, not having looked at it, the shipyard had been issued previous citations in the past for those, so that they were considered willful. But little be known that that wasn't the worst of it, because about 6 months after we had paid the fines and thought everything was done and over with, we had some federal marshals show up at the gate and asked to see Willie and Bill, who are superintendent and supervisor at the yard that night, And another long story short, they put them in handcuffs, put them in the back of the car, and took them downtown